Welcome back, guys, to Let's Play Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. My 150 I can't seem to get those words out ever when I say them. My 150 subscriber special. And we're going to continue. We've arrived at Hobbs Yard, one of my favourite parts of the game.
Not a sound. The horn wasn't working. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. The hood was definitely stuck. I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
The mailbox read, W. Hobbs, Fine Art Restoration. There was a piece of paper sticking out of the mail slot. Climbing drain pipes was something I preferred to avoid, unless I had a great reason to do so.
Alright, so I'm going to do this sort of next part of the game in this one video till we get back to Paris. So it will be a full of this particular area. Obviously there's still quite a way to go before I get to the end of it. I haven't done any, this is the first lot of recording I've done on this all day today. But let's call Rickenbacker and tell him we've got more news.
Mr. Rickenbacker?
You better have some good news, Stobart.
I absolutely do.
Go on then, impress me.
I went to visit Maledicció, the owner of the painting, and Vera's security.
Go on.
I found some paperwork that proves Maledicció stole his own painting.
Great work. But we're gonna need more. You have to find the painting.
Now wasn't the best time to call Rickenbacker. The large dumpster was full of garbage.
Oh no shit, George!
Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply, and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it. A pile of paint, wire, and other junk. I popped open the van's hood. It was a half-empty bottle of whiskey, or half full, depending on your attitude to life. Slasha. van's window looked like it hadn't been washed for years. The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van. Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside. Nico?
What's up?
The lights are on, but nobody's answering.
Maybe they can't hear you knocking. We could try some other way of attracting their attention.
It was the van hood. It had certainly seen a few bumps. The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was clear why the horn hadn't made a noise. Neither hornpipe was connected to either the battery or the cab. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything.
Time to do some redoing on the van, I think.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire.
And what we need to do is use the wire clippers on one of the wires, which will make it into 2 smaller wires. And then what we do...
I snipped the wire in half.
Yes, George. We go and look at the van bonnet.
The engine bay was a mess. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. The wire was just long enough to connect the battery to the horn.
Let's see if this works, shall we?
The horn wasn't working.
Not quite. We need to use the other... Oh, stop going on the footprints. Stop going on the footprints! Thank you.
Everything was wired up. The horn had power. I figured that should get Hobbs' attention.
Oh, yes.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Mr. Hobbs, do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Yes, you will answer a few questions?
Yes, I do mind. Clear?
Not really.
Good. Now get lost.
Well, that could have gone better.
He's not exactly the friendliest of characters.
Let's get his attention again.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Hello there. We'd like to discuss some restoration work with you.
Then make an appointment. I'm busy.
Oh dear.
This Hobbs guy doesn't exactly like visitors.
There must be some angle we can use to talk our way inside.
Well, I'm not going to bother doing anything. I might do it sort of like as an extra video at the end, kind of like some
For a
bloopers.
second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. I decided to open a letter. Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. This could come in useful. The letter advised Mr. Hobbs that no more models would be sent to his address. Nico? So, Hobbs doesn't want to see us. It's like Detroit round here, and it's going to be dark soon. Shall we head back?
No, we need to convince Hobbs to let us in.
Right, let's do this one more time. Come on, George, a bit quicker.
I decided to give it another blast.
You two again? What is it this time? Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency. About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up. About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best Belle Epoque floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio. I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring. The thermostat looked older than the building itself.
Hey! Leave that dial alone. The heating gobbles up all the power and the circuits can't take it.
Sorry. I turned the thermostat down again.
Oh, you! Get down from there, it's private.
Oh, sorry.
Oi, Yank! I can hear you on those stairs again. Get down!
Sorry. If I was going to take a look up there, I'd have to do something about those squeaky stairs.
Oi, Yank!
Sorry. If I was... A variety of liquor bottles, all empty. Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
Oh, what do you want? You're supposed to be sprawled naked on that rug with the family jewels out.
Yeah, well, about that. Could I just ask you a couple of questions first?
Blow me. A model who's shy and chatty. It must be my birthday.
But I thought you were a restorer, but you're working on this painting from scratch.
Well, yeah. Look, Some clients want a painting that they don't own, restored from scratch, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Don't worry, Sunshine. Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, about this naked, sprawling...
Oh, what's up? Afraid of the shrinking effects of a cold warehouse?
No, it's just...
First time? Little embarrassed? Well, if it helps, we can all get naked.
No, definitely not.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Let the monkey see the nuts.
We had a saying in the Stobart family. If a job's worth doing, then do it with your pants on. Do you know a Russian called Maledicció?
You know Maledicció?
Everyone in the London art scene knows Maledicció.
And everyone in the London art scene who likes their kneecaps knows when to keep their trap shut.
Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
I was talking to you, you little bitch.
What now?
I hear you did the restoration of that painting that got stolen recently in Paris.
I might have. It's a fine piece. You can smell the pain in every brushstroke.
It's a little musty in here. Do you mind if I spray some of this around?
Brett! Good Lord, man! Put it away! It'll strip the paint off my canvas!
Showing that to Hobbs wasn't going to get me anywhere. Showing that to Hobbs, what... I knew... Cookie, Mr. Hobbs?
Don't mind if I do. Rich tea. No bourbons.
Afraid not.
Jammy Dodgers.
Sorry.
Stroopwafel.
No, it's just the way I walk. Mr. Hobbs, meet Trevor.
Who's Trevor?
My cockroach. Take a look.
Difficult childhood, eh? Well, don't take it out on me.
Showing that to Hobbs. Showing that to... Showing that to... How about a top-up, Mr. Hobbs?
Thanks, but I've already got a glassful.
Oh, come on, I hadn't finished talking to you.
Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
What now?
I have a letter for you, Mr. Hobbs.
From the model agency? Bane in my life, models. Speaking of which, why have you still got your clothes on?
I'll let you get back to your painting.
You're too kind.
An old record player and amp. The only thing in the room not covered in paint. Hey, Nico, got any ideas?
We need to take a look inside that folder.
Oi, you two. Less of the gabbing. I've got work to do. Oi, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to take a look at some of your pictures. You're very good.
I know. And that portfolio is private. I'm not paying you to gawp around my studio. Get your bloody clothes off.
Sorry. Wow, an old Boston Wang stereo. I hadn't seen one of those for years. The record had stopped. It was Jasmine Breeze by the Hairy Lobsters.
Oi, Yank!
Sorry. If I was going to take... turned the volume up a few notches.
He's slowly getting drunk.
Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey enough as it is.
Blowing the power would certainly have distracted Hobbs, but the elevator alone wasn't going to trip the whole system. A gaudy pink negligee. Huh. It didn't seem like Hobbs' style. A screen partitioned a corner of the room.
My. If it isn't George Stobart.
Lady Piermont. Oh my. You're...
Naked? Of course. As an artist's muse, one often finds oneself en velotas. Now, George, don't be shy. Come here and give me a big hug.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on lavender.
George, darling, pass me my robe. It's terribly cold in here.
Oi, what are you doing with a blooming robe on? God help me, but you're supposed to be naked. I've got a deadline to meet.
Well, you won't be meeting any deadlines with manners like that. And besides, it's freezing in here.
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life, in every way. Lady Piermont.
Oh, George, be a darling and sort the heating out in here.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey! I've told you, don't mess with that thermostat.
Sorry, but Lady Piermont is cold. I thought...
Look, pal, I know it's brass monkeys in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient, and the fuse box won't take it. Her Majesty will just have to get used to chapel hat pegs.
Oh, really?
Lady Piermont, Mr. Hobbs won't let me turn up the heating.
Well, we'll soon see about that.
Oh, crumbs.
If you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case, I see no reason for this session to continue.
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then, but be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat up as far as it would go. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my advantage.
Oh, you. Get down from there. You'll trip the power in the whole building if you're not careful.
The elevator on its own wasn't going to blow the power.
Oh, you.
The elevator on...
I've got a little box on the floor, and my cat is just rubbing her head against it. Why she's doing that, I don't really know. Let's give him a top up of some whiskey, shall we?
How about a top up, Mr. Hobbs?
Not mind if I do.
A word, if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you, George, I'm all ears. How can I help?
Would you like a sniff of this?
I'd rather not. Gives me 70s flashbacks.
What do you think of this, Lady Piermont?
Not much, Georgie. Not much.
What do you think of this, Lady Piermont?
Not much.
I knew she would. Could I tempt you with a cookie, Lady Piermont?
You could tempt me with many things, George. But a half-eaten rich tea is not one of them.
What do you think of this, Lady Piermont?
Not much, Georgie. Not
What do you think of this?
Not much.
I paid the clip, come
What do you
on!
think of this, Lady?
Not much.
What do you think of this?
Not much.
How about a shot of this, Lady Piermont?
Oh, no, dear. I don't touch the stuff. Reminds me of husband number 5. Or was it 6? Terrible bore, anyway. I'm strictly a gin girl. Ice and a slice and a whiff of tonic.
How did you come to be working with Mr. Hobbs?
Wheresoever a bohemian needs a helping hand, George, mine is always at the ready. And what better way to help than to expose one's flesh to the sensuous brushstrokes of such a talent?
Do you know anything about a stolen painting called La Maledicció?
Oh, is this another of your adventures, George? How delicious. My heart's a tremor, George. Do you think Wilf is mixed up with this?
Maybe, but I need you to act normal until we're sure.
Mum's the word, Georgie.
She's such a great character.
I am the very soul of discretion, as you know.
You see that portfolio by Hobbs' name? We need to take a peek inside.
Be still, my beating heart. Just give me the nod and I'm putting in your hands.
So what have you been up to since our last encounter, Lady Piermont?
Charity work, dear boy.
Oh, any particular kind?
Young men, George. So many have lost their way. I try to guide them best I can.
Lady Piermont, we need your help.
How thrilling! What do you need? Subterfuge? Legerdemain?
Actually, I just need you to step on that lift behind you.
Oh, but of course.
See how he called it a lift? I think that might have been a mistake in what he was saying in the script.
Perfect. Now, just stay right there.
I don't think he's very drunk, but I think we need to do it once or twice to really. We have to be quick, and I don't think it's going to be. I don't think this is going to work.
Oh, not again.
Nope, not quick enough.
This is going to be one of those days.
A straw had broken the camel's back. Hobbs was very drunk.
How about another whiskey? That's smashing. Far away.
Are you able to talk to him?
Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
Hold your horses, will you? We could chat in the pub once I've finished this.
Hobbs was really well, so much for a distraction. Hobbs is watching that photo like a hawk.
Perhaps you need to slow him down a little.
Oi! I'm trying to paint here and you're in the way. Now, get behind that screen and take your blooming clothes off.
Wary of any more life-changing surprises, I decided against exploring behind the screen.
Let's see if we can have a look at the portfolio.
I told you, keep your hands off that portfolio.
I'm sorry.
Right. It does take 2 attempts to actually do it, because you need to do it in order for him to go there, and then you realise that he goes too quick, so you have that triggers him to drink the rest of his whiskey.
Lady Piermont was a good sport to ride that rickety old elevator for me.
Oh, not quite quick enough.
Now was my chance. It was one of Hobbs' sketches. More of Hobbs' sketches. The model looked familiar. Impressionist sketches. Well, it wasn't La Maledicció, but it did appear to be a study for an element of the painting, the Ouroboros. There was something different about the image in the center. I figured the sketch might come in handy, so I took it.
What the heck are you doing with those? They're private papers.
Huh?
Well, that was fun. Just like when you were a private dick, George.
So, you're not models?
No, Mr. Hobbs.
Well, you can't be a copper. You're not stupid enough. So what the blazes are you doing in my studio?
We're investigating the theft of La Maledicció.
I told you I just restored it. That's what I do. Restore paintings.
And these sketches?
Studies done during the restoration. Nothing more. I've got nothing to do with what happened after that painting left this studio. How was I to know it was going to get Henri killed?
Whoa, hang on a minute.
A second. How do you know Henri's dead?
Look, he and I went back a long way. The Lézard Bleu was on the ropes, so I got the painting into his exhibition. Nothing like this was supposed to happen.
What do I use on him? Do I use a you know what? It's not his fault. Let's go
We're
soft.
not accusing you of anything, Mr. Hobbs. We just want to get to the bottom of this.
I get that, and I'll help you however I can, but this mess is way above my pay grade.
How come you needed to make so many sketches of the painting to restore it?
Restoration's not about throwing a load of paint around. It takes research. The Serp is a complicated painting. A lot of subtext, a lot of symbols.
I didn't think he'd be interested. He wouldn't. I would. I didn't. I'd just taken the sketch from Hobbs's portfolio. Now wasn't the time to hand it back. Tell me about the symbols in La Maledicció.
Very Christian, deeply religious, but not exactly orthodox.
The sort of thing that would upset a priest? There was one at the gallery telling everyone how evil it was.
As I said, it's not exactly orthodox, and the church can be very touchy about orthodoxy. Especially now they can't just burn anyone they disagree with.
We have reason to believe that Maledicció is mixed up in a theft of La Maledicció.
Eh? What would he gain from stealing his own painting?
We have strong evidence that Maledicció is not the real owner.
He'll have a hard time proving that. Maledicció has a full set of provenances for the painting. It traces its legitimate ownership all the way back to the painter.
Why didn't Maledicció mention him?
Because they're not with him. Henri's got them. Or had them.
And Henri is dead.
So ask his partner.
Lane?
Lane, yeah, Lane. Look, pal, you're wasting your time looking for conspiracies here. And you're wasting my time if you're not actually going to get naked. Go get the provenance from Lane, and everything will turn out hunky-dory.
But it also puts Marquez's story into question.
Not my problem, darling. Now both of you, get lost. I've got a painting to finish.
And we have a critic to interrogate.
Someone's lying, but who?
Is it the gangster or the old Spaniard?
The painter or the art critic?
I need to head back for Nave's reconstruction.
What about the evidence from Maledicció's house? Will you give it to Nave?
I think I should. And I can put the squeeze on Lane. Ask him about the provenance.
Good. I've got lunch with Ronnie tomorrow. This story is hotting up, and I want to make sure he keeps me on it.
Taxi?
I'm just going to go somewhere just so I can save the game.
I arrived back at the shopping arcade. The Vera shutters were down again. The police had probably cleared it out.
Let's just talk to Sam quickly.
Hey, Sam, how's business?
Good to see you, George. Gotta say, the new branding's hitting the demographic right between the eyes.
Sold anything?
This is a soft market, George. Look to the margins. Look to the margins.
What's your latest bargain?
Bargain? I prefer the word incentivizer, George. Look at the store. Something for everyone, and everything for someone.
Any other bargains?
Got a batch of phone covers.
Let me guess. Rhinestones?
Got it in one.
But Sam wouldn't want to see that. Do you like whiskey? I'm afraid it's a cheap brand.
No.
Bassam, what's your verdict on this?
Sorry, George. I can't help you with that.
Well, he's not giving us anything. So I'm going to thank you all for watching, guys. We're going to save the game, and I'm going to call that a video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta for now.